to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Check waifu. Montellionaire, is that you?
Yes, it is, and I'm your league champion. What's up?
This is episode 178 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com as well as our Patreon producers. Shout out to our Patreon producers, AB, Aaron Brown, Dre the Goat G, Johnny from Shogo High, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, explicitly Monique Williams, and our boy Nachi. Thank you so much for supporting this and many other episodes of the podcast. We appreciate you for holding us down while we do this thing we call podcasting for 3 years now, bro.
3 years, yeah.
3 years.
It's been beautiful.
Coming up on 4. Actually, no, we still got a while before, for like 6 months, but I digress.
We almost there.
Almost there. Mic Check Waifu Waifu is the anime podcast that brings you seasonal anime talk every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CDT. We also have a bonus podcast called the After Story Podcast, where we just sit and talk about everything that's exclusive, only exclusive to our Patreon supporters, and video version only. So if you have Patreon, download the Patreon app and you're subscribed to Mic Check, you can watch the video versions of that podcast, the After Story, there. We greatly appreciate y'all for supporting us. We're gonna have some probably some Pokemon talk on there, some Call of Duty talk on there soon, because that's what's gonna be kind of taking over our lives here shortly. Today is a very special episode. I love this time of the year. We just started doing this I think last season though, but it started to become my favorite thing, because when you think about it, right, you think about the listeners, like there are some people that can go back and listen to these particular episodes, and what I'm referring to right now is our we call it quote unquote fall midterms, or summer midterms, or spring midterms, etc., etc. So what these are is that we take time and to discuss the seasonal anime and where they ranking, where they fall so far, and what grade they have for us so far, what's like holding the season up, etc. So today is the 2022 fall anime preview, and I'm excited to talk about this. We also going to get some of our favorite listeners in on this conversation, because we reached out on Twitter, and they gave us responses to what they feel their grades should be for these fall midterms so far. But first, before we get into that, how you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, bro. It's been a good week. A lot of new stuff. I guess we normally don't use this part to talk about too much anime, but I did a rewatch of To Your Eternity.
Oh, the first season?
First season, all 20 episodes, and watched the latest 4 episodes.
Of season 2?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. I don't want to talk about that in spoiler talk, but I do want to talk about it a little bit later. And then, just chilling, bro. Just chilling. Apollo took his assessment for homeschooling, right? He homeschooled. Not that we don't trust the schools or anything like that. We moved to Texas because the school system is actually pretty decent out here. But his assessment, he had to speak words and like just read the words. It's kindergarten. Right. And some of them are sight words, some of them are not sight words. And I think I was telling you, Apollo can read. He just don't like talking to people that he don't want to talk to. Yeah. So the first assessment, he ain't say nothing at all. He sat there and looked at the teacher like this. Was like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, I can't even be mad at you, bro. Like, for real. Like, what to be mad at you for? It's kindergarten. It ain't mandatory. You ain't gotta do it. You'll still, go to first grade next year. It is what it is. But this time when she came into the room, he was like, "Hey, Miss Chain, blah blah blah, how you doing?" Was talking to her and just went down the list of all the words. She didn't get to say which words she wanted him to read. He was just like bang bang bang, bada boop bop boom.
So
every word.
The teacher comes there.
No, it's a virtual room. You know, okay. I said room, but it's they call them breakout rooms, whatever. But yeah, she came into the breakout room and he was ecstatic to talk to her and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it's just like, you know, it just took him a minute to get warmed up, and that's why like school systems are kind of shit. But it's also like, you know, it's up to us to get them acclimated to it and be like, look, bro, you just got to get through this shit so you can get into the real world and be better than whatever this school stuff teach you.
Especially homeschooling, that got to be tougher than the average, you know?
It kind of, but I think it's tougher for us because I was never homeschooled. But I mean, we don't know how long this is going to last. Like, we're going to ask Apollo at some point, do you want to go to regular school? Do you want to be homeschooled?
Right.
You know? And he can make that decision when he wants to. But right now, it's like we pay tuition for him to go to the homeschool. And it's like it's one of those like highly accredited things where it's like it's tougher than regular school. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, they got him working on multiplication and shit. And I was like,
already in kindergarten?
I'm like, okay. do he need to know this? Is this on the state exam that he taking next week to get in to middle school? Like,
right? What the hell?
Nah, but you know, he was doing his thing. But I just realized, you know, school is way more advanced than when we were younger. But True. You know, he knows how to do a lot, so it's cool.
It's dope.
How about you, bro?
I'm flipping you. Or if y'all watching a video version of this early on patreon.com/MikeCheckWife, I just had to flip tail because he was literally looking way on the other side of the thing. So I flipped it so you make sense now. Don't change it because I just flipped it. Because now you're actually looking my way.
All right. What's up? On my screen, I'm looking at you.
Right.
But my camera right here, so I get it.
I got you.
I'm looking at the listeners and viewers now, but now I'm looking at Polo. Viewers, Polo. All right.
Yeah, man. I've been just chilling too, man. I've been enjoying. I just been enjoying relaxing. I ended up getting a new God of War and been playing that lately. Ooh-wee. Boy, is that a good game.
Yeah. How was that Thor fight though?
Man, it happened like the first hour. It was insane.
I know.
It was insane.
First of all, the pure goal and audacity they had to even make that battle like that. Yeah. Thor is disrespectful in that game. Straight up
disrespectful. Like, yo, you gonna do something or?
How you disrespect Kratos like that of all people? But you know, they had to because it's Thor, right? They can't make Thor go out like a punk.
Yeah, straight up.
Thor gotta be a demon.
I'm working my way through that. I'm about 6.5 hours in now. So it's looking pretty good. Other than that, man, I've been just enjoying anime. I actually I did something that I do want to talk about later as well, and that's a catch up on Mob Psycho. It was mostly because it was easy to catch up on because it's dubbed. Mm-hmm. But I digress. You shall talk about that later. Till the fall 2022. I'm not cutting that out. I'm keeping it in. Fall 22 season has been super good to me so far. But how does it stack to other seasons? We'll talk about that here soon. What was your episode of the week this week?
I was struggling between two. Mm-hmm. But I went with More Than a Married Couple.
Yes, I did too. Okay. I did too.
I mean, it's an easy one to pick. Like, it's a consistently good episode,
bruh. I can't stop like gushing over this show every time I fucking watch it. I lose my mind watching this show because I'm just like, I just love this shit. Like, and I'm so sad that it's about to go out. This is one of the shows where I'm checking the fucking the bar to see how much longer I got, and it pisses me off every time I'm watching it and feel like I just started watching it, but it's almost about to end. I'm like, fuck, man, come on, man. This is a show you definitely should be. No, let me not say that. Watch it now, okay? Watch it now so you can be with us in these conversations in the second half of the show, because obviously we're gonna spoil More Than a Married Couple in this next half of the show. It's just too fucking good. It's just too good, man. don't see a show even coming close to this season, unfortunately. But I mean, to transition right into the fall 2022 season midterms, for me, obviously the show that's carrying this entire fall season is More Than a Married Couple, and it's like not even close, to be honest.
All right. So while I slightly disagree with what Polo is saying, I don't disagree because what he's saying is wrong, right? Like, I think if you look at it, like, let's look at it in terms of like League of Legends or something like that, right? Like, More Than a Married Couple is a hard carry. Like, they definitely carrying like a lot of this. But I also think like, and this is just, I think it kind of is going under the radar right now because people got so accustomed to that first part of the season. But Spy Family is still consistently very fucking good. Like every episode has a level of polish that I'm not even going, like Chainsaw Man has great animation. You can clearly see they spend a lot of money on it. But I mean like by polish, I just mean like the smoothness of it, right? Like that alone, like how the art style looks, how the transitions look, how they move from topic to topic in Spy Family. I think that alone is like top tier, high quality animation and stuff like that, right, before you even get to the context of the story or just if the episode was enjoyable. So yeah, I agree that More Than a Married Couple, best anime this season so far. But there's some other stuff kind of like doing some of the legwork in the background. Sure.
It's okay. So it's so hard for me to remember Spy Family as being a part of the fall season because it's a second core. Like, it's not a new season of Spy Family. It's not Spy Family season 2. It's just the continuation of season 1 of Spy Family. So when it comes to that kind of conversation, I don't ever really think about Spy Family and like consider it to be a part of the fall anime. You know what I mean? I consider it a continuation of what was it? Spring anime. Yeah, because spring and then in summer it took a break and then it came back winter. So summer. It was summer. Wait, what was it, Tel? Was it spring?
I think it was spring. It was earlier this year, early, because I think we were watching it when we were waiting for 86's final episode to come back.
True. Yep. Then it was spring. So for me, it's kind of hard to put it there. As far as like other shows that are like, it's kind of like, there, right?
Yeah.
Probably gonna get some hate for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Blue Lock, man. I can't. I'm like, it's starting to become not even okay anymore to me. I'm just bored watching it.
You're not wrong either.
Okay.
What did O say? Sophisticated O. He said something about it just not sitting right. I get it, right? Like, I wish that it felt more psychological. Like, yes. I almost want this to be a complete character teardown. Mm-hmm. Like, destroy my main character and make him an actual egoist, right? Like, that's kind of what I would be more interested in. And it's cool. I ain't gonna say it's like a
bad show,
but I almost feel like the sports anime aspect of it has taken over a little too much.
It's the worst part about it.
And it's a sports anime, so it should be like this, right? It should be a sports anime.
Yeah.
But like the way they explained it in the beginning, like it's 300 of y'all in this stadium and y'all grinding to be number one, and then I feel like we really not grinding. Like,
yeah, I don't really even listen.
They really talked about practice, and I was like, when did y'all practice? I didn't see that shit on did we practice? Is that what we did?
They did something. They kind of like they were on the field with two different colored jerseys, and they were like, nothing really happened.
What I'm saying is they show our main character running because he scored his goal. Everybody wanted to be like him,
right?
And then
you talking about at the end of the last episode? Okay,
yeah. And then I mean they do the actual training sequences. I just don't think they're very good training sequences. You know what I mean?
Not at all. None of it is good, bro. And I'm saying this because I'm biased because I don't like sports anime, and this is particularly the exact reason why.
But that's the worst part about this, right? Like, you don't watch a Rocky movie and not enjoy the training montage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't watch Hajime no Ippo and not enjoy the training montage.
Absolutely.
The whole reason we watch Haikyuu and you not going to enjoy the training montage?
For the most
Are you
part,
serious?
yeah.
So it's like, did Blue Lock miss the boat? Did they say we not training in this anime?
I don't know. You can consider what they're doing now as training, but like, I don't really find it impressive at all in the slightest.
It's gonna come back though. It's gonna come back and redeem itself from my sleeper.
Yeah, because it's 24 episodes. They ain't got no choice but to come back, right? So like, you hoping it comes back. So let's move on. Let's talk about something else that's pretty good. That's holding up this 2022 fall season, and that's this isn't quite halfway done, obviously, because it has 20 episodes. But The Eminence in Shadow. This is another one that's like probably it goes more than a married couple, and it is probably this after that. And I'm talking about new shows specifically in my particular case, because if I'm talking about the reoccurring shows, what's second for me is My Hero Academia. But Eminence in Shadow is also a great show that's new, that's different. That feels really good to watch, man. Like, I'll enjoy watching this every week as well. This most recent episode, man, you know, not as much, but I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, I think the only thing that makes this anime suffer is like
the trope.
Our character's context in the world.
Yep. And
I love him wanting to be the side character, the mob character, but I want him to do it in a more, I guess, dominant sense.
Yes, because we're a big fan of Anos Voldigold, man. It's like when you have this much power and you were scheming as much as he is, it'd be more impressive and more fun to see him work that shit instead of remain, you know, the clueless type.
I would legit love if he did stuff like this, right? Like when he was training with the other fencers and they was fighting. If the head dude went to block him or went to like strike and he blocked it and did some kind of maneuver where it made both of them fall, just to show like it, to us, it's like, damn, he really got it like that. He could have took you out, bro. He just made y'all fall. And the main character is like, yo, you are so trash that you managed to fall. Like, you couldn't take my lunge that I even put more power into it. And something like that. I would love that. Like, if that was how the trope worked like that, like he was just like showing his skill to us. Cause I don't care about what the people in the world know. Mm-hmm. I care about what we know.
Exactly. Fuck that. I agree. I couldn't agree more with that. That will be great. Something like that would be brilliant, man. And like for shows that are like, for me, I think this season kind of mellowed out. Actually, at this particular midpoint, it mellowed out hardcore. So shows I wasn't paying attention to got better. Shows that I was hoping actually be good got worse. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example of one. Chainsaw Man. I like it's what's funny is that the feeling that I had reading the manga all the way into completion is the feeling I have right now watching the show. I just don't care about anybody in this fucking show. And I'm just kind of watching it to get to the next big set piece. And that's boring to me. I'm bored out of my fucking mind watching the show. As gorgeous as it looks, I don't give a fuck about nobody. And I just want to see some blood and gore and guts. That's it.
The thing is, the wild thing about that is that that's kind of what they have to appeal to with the name of this anime, with the almost like the title that preceded it, you know, like they didn't. I guess they should have leaned. This will be an anime that actually does better with faster pacing, almost.
Yes,
because it's not that there's no story to it.
There was not story to it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's not. They still got some kind of direction they're heading in, right?
I got you.
Like they have an idea as to what they're trying to do, but like they can get there faster. Cut out the fluff.
Yes, because doesn't it feel like super? It feels so disjointed. in a sense. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. It's not. It might not be the word I'm looking for, but it doesn't feel right. Nothing about the show itself. And that's how I felt reading the manga. But in the manga, I was able to kind of like, okay, next. I was able to just kind of go through it as I'm reading it and pass, you know, the explanation of the Gun Devil and the backstory of the Sasuke-like character. I always forget his name because I don't give a fuck. Like, there's so much in there that is just like, okay, let's go. let's pick up the pace. Let's fucking fight these other devils. And when they're not fighting, this is the most boring shit to watch, period, bro.
So, and I'm asking this as an actual question. This is just me probing you.
Sure.
The part where Power kind of has her little backstory with the cat. Nothing?
Nah.
To me, I actually thought that was way more enjoyable than actually watching the fighting. Because it felt like a time to actually get character like understanding, I guess, almost. And it's still wild because she's still a devil demon. A
fiend, yeah.
Kinda, so yeah, fiend. So she's still like pretty fucking evil. But sure. I thought it was dope to get that context on like that.
Kind of, but that's just it was so petty that I couldn't give a fuck. And that's how I felt when I was reading it. Like, it's a fucking cat. Who cares? Like, I don't, in the sense, like I love animals, don't get me wrong, and I love cats, I love dogs, I love all of it. But what I'm saying is, in this show, where this show is about blood and guts and devils and fighting and blah 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 blah, like this little the backstory you're gonna give me is about a fiend and her cat. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. For one, I haven't had enough time with her to even care about her caring about the cat. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about her to care enough that she care about the cat. That's pretty much where I'm at. Same with Dingy. Like, Dingy, whatever. Dingy is his name. I still feel the same way I did when I read it. I don't care about him as a character. Like, the first episode was the only time I gave a little bit of a fuck about Dingy, but I'm just ready to see him work. Like, I'm ready to see him fucking fight basically the bomb devil, but like, other than that, like, I'm just ready to see him get active, and it's not happening quick enough. And the episodes that are slow, they're so slow. And then with the aesthetic of it, yes, it looks good, but even sometimes watching this show with the aesthetic, watching like the Sasuke-like character, let me try to get his fucking name right. Can you believe I read 100 and something chapters of this shit and watched the anime, and I don't know his fucking name?
You only know the main character, the girl's names. You don't know, and Denji.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Because otherwise, why do it matter?
Aki. It's a 3-letter name too. Aki. When he's walking and shit, like, while it looks good, it just looks so unnatural because don't nobody fucking walks like that in real life. And like, his particular scene, when he was kind of like, he was doing all this shoulder shit and it was looking all unnatural because they're trying to like over animate it and shit because of the budget is $130,000.
Polo said they just adding in frames at this point. Yeah, throw a frame in there, dude. They won't recognize. It's $130,000.
I think most of the money went to them walk animations, and they went to the end song because they changed the ending at every episode. He walked like what the fuck are you walking like that for, bro? You don't nobody puts that much shoulder in their walks. But I digress. Chainsaw Man is completely average. It's kind of it for my expectation, because I was ready for this shit to be animated and hope that it gave me a better experience than what I had when I was reading it. It brought the fall season down in its entirety down only because I had hype for Chainsaw Man.
Really?
Absolutely.
I didn't think you had no hype for it, to be real.
That's crazy because I most certainly did.
I thought, because hear me out. I know you wanted it to give you a different feeling about Chainsaw Man, but I kind of felt like we also both understood that
it might not be that. Yeah,
we know where it's going.
True.
So I guess in my mind, I was like, tempered my expectations.
Shout out to Rob J.
Yeah. So
I should have done a better job of tempering, because now I'm disappointed.
And I can feel that though, because like it's not necessarily your fault, because even it's not like this is an anime where like all the people we follow on Twitter hyped it up, because that happened, but it wasn't just them, you know.
Crunchyroll did mad advertisement.
Absolutely. Chainsaw Man marketing team did mad advertisement. You know, they made sure we knew every week something different was coming up with Chainsaw Man, that we should be expecting something great. And you know, it's cool.
It's fine. Yeah, that's about it. It's cool. That's a great way of putting it. Something else that's cool. That's like that I thought was going to be down here. It's kind of bringing it up for me. Is Love Flops. I know you're not watching this one, but Love Flops is this weird kind of situation that our main character is in. It's a comedy, ecchi romance. It's a slice of life that takes place in a slight future where a guy whose dad set him up with these girls, where he has to choose a wife out of 5 candidates, and it's very interesting because it's like the main character isn't a pervert or anything like that. He doesn't do anything that's like cringy, I guess. I hate the word cringy, but it's the only word I got to describe his reactions to the situations that he get put in, because he's in his household with these 5 beautiful women, and he has to kind of figure out a way to navigate his regular life because he's not down for this whole setup marriage shit. So it's a very interesting show with very interesting characters with all very unique personalities that I didn't think I was going to like after the first episode, because the first episode was kind of like, okay, the fuck is this? And it turned into something where every week we're getting some character growth from our main character and his potential wife candidates, and it's funny. It's cute, it's interesting, and it's a show I didn't expect to even like at all. I was just talking to Fear in our Discord, on our Mic Check Waifu Food Discord. He was like, yeah, I see you watching Love Flops, because he follows my AnyList, which you should too, AnyList.co/u/PoloBornFly. He said, what do you think about it? I'm like, man, at first I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. And then I just started to become a fun watch. Like I'm happy to turn it on every week. So a show that I thought that was going to be bad at the beginning of this season, end up in the midterms at least coming up to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to continue this. So Love Flops is a nice one.
So speaking of that, you know, that topic, anime that we didn't necessarily think was going to be good, we both picked up Beast Tamers.
Yes, bro.
And I'm still enjoying it.
Absolutely.
You know, heat check. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, how you feeling about it?
Absolutely love it, man.
I love how our main character operates.
Yes.
You know, he operates like he's been operating the whole time. He ain't never changed up.
Never changed.
But the only thing that changed up about him is that he got some backbone now.
Yep.
He was like, you know, hero, I ain't rocking with you specifically. You know, I can't be out here doing this with you because you're not that dude for real.
Character growth, bro. Character growth has been huge.
Information we got in this latest episode
was fire.
Made sense to me.
Yes.
If the hero ain't got no limits, then what that look like? But yeah, great anime. You got a lawnmower outside. They cutting grass at 11:49.
These fucking low rider semis, man, or pickup trucks, whatever the fuck.
I swear to God. Yeah, but so Beast Tamer is hitting though, right? It's still. I'm not saying it's carrying the season, but it's still something that we just wasn't expecting to be, you know, where it is.
New shows is top 3 easily top 3. Shit, man. Like, again, this is one that is so fucking just adorable and nice. This show, Beast Tamers, is a show that's a palate cleanser. Like, if you're not watching Beast Tamer, but you're watching everything else this season, or if you've got something that you are watching that you know is bad, but you got to see it through, aka Crystal, how she does with stuff. Shout out to her and this Lucifer Biscuit Hammer, or whatever the fuck she can't seem to drop. I was talking to her on AnyList too. I'm like, why are you still watching this? Stop.
I actually went back a couple weeks ago and watched like 2 episodes. I was like, oh my God.
No way, bro. Why would you put yourself through that anyway? Watch Beast Tamers after or something, because it's so cute, man. It's so sweet and just nice and wholesome and pleasant, man. It's a pleasant show where the rules aren't overly explained to you, but when they are explained to you, it all makes sense. And it's quick to click. It's really quick to click when they explain the show's rules. And I like that. I like it when it's not overly complicated, even though I do love the overly detailed as well, i.e. Overlord and shit. But
overly detailed ain't got to be overly complicated.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And it's great, man. It's so great. That was a good pickup. Talk to me about that Gundam Mercury from Mercury to world's finest, strongest Gundam.
The Gundam Witch from Mercury.
Yes.
It's still, to me, I think it's a really good anime. I definitely think it's worth picking up, especially if you are not even a Gundam fan, because it's not all about constantly being in the suits. There is a little bit more politics and whatnot to it, but it still has very shonen-esque tropes. I would put this one in top 5 of the season for sure.
Wow.
I still think Married Couple is definitely carrying the season, but I have a hard time putting this because I think I would put Eminence in Shadow at number 2, but I have a hard time putting this any lower than number
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a hard time putting it any lower than that. But the show itself, there's details about Gundam that is nice to have explained. There's a overall, like, it talks about the stereotypes between Earth-born people, space-born people, that kind of stuff. You know, just it plays at all the stuff that is serious about humanity, but also makes it less serious. But you know, it's well animated, moves smoothly. The main character ain't shit. And I mean, when I say ain't shit, I mean she's not a bad main character to have. She's very simple though, but she's just not she's not Ash Ketchum simple. Even though Ash, he in this season too, he in the fall season, he just been here for 133 episodes. he been every season for the last 2 years. But yeah, great. I think it's really good. Top 5 for this season for sure.
Yeah, one that I also picked up that I'm watching very, very slowly. I'm 4 episodes behind, so I can't really talk about it as far as it being a part of the midterms. Just Do It Yourself. Another cute show. I watched episode 2 this week. It's just a cute one. A cute one. I don't know why I can't watch more than 1 episode per sitting though. For some reason, after I watch 1 episode, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm done here. But I did the same thing.
It could be a lot to digest, you know.
Yeah, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot at all, actually. It's, I don't know, it's very simple. I like the characters in it. I just don't want to watch more of it when I watch one of it. You know what I'm saying? I watched Mob Psycho, though, like I said earlier. I turned that on and I got fully caught up. As somebody said, I think it was underscore Rob J, which we'll get to in the Twitter portion of this conversation. It did get better. I still, I still don't find myself as into it as I used to be, but it did get a lot better. Those first 2 episodes were rough, but past that, it got better. And
I don't even know, bro. You said the first 2 episodes were rough.
I'm not entirely sure exactly what episodes that was. It 3? It might have been 3 that. It might have been 3 that was bad, and then the 4th actually took the turn.
I felt like the first episode was okay. Second episode was rough. Third episode was okay. And I think, is it the 4th episode?
I think the 4th is when it popped off.
4th, well, was it the 4th? Because I feel like the 4th one was rough because it just turned into the 3rd one was another battle. And I think the 4th one, no, was it the 4th or 5th? Either way, when I'm the cult leader dude popped up and wanted to fight, it just felt like it was doing too much for me personally. But I guess it's cool to want fights. That's when it got
better for me, to be honest. And,
okay.
And when I say better, I don't mean like it used to be, right? Like when I was watching Mob Psycho, I'm like, oh, this shit is fucking dope as hell. No, it just was like better than what we've gotten. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, I'm not gonna say it's anywhere in this season's top whatever. It's probably towards the bottom with Chainsaw Man, funny enough. But like, it got better.
For sure, season 1 and season 2 are better than this season, at least by this point to me. But since we're talking about recurring stuff or stuff that came back, like I told y'all earlier, I watched To Your Eternity first season all the way through. Just did a rewatch to kind of revisit it more or less. I do think the second rewatch was better than the first one. Okay. But I don't change my perspective on it. Like I still think it's okay as fuck. I think that a lot of the hype for it was overdone. I can understand why people was emotional watching it, but I also don't think it was that emotionally binding. Like I don't find myself particularly tied to any character in that show. Like if a character dies, I feel like that's just what's supposed to happen almost. Now also, I do oddly think though that Polo, you would like it more than I would.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I'm just and hear me out. I'm only saying that. So apparently they're also doing simul-dub. So the 4 episodes of the second season that I've watched so far were all dubbed.
Okay.
I hate the voices though in dub. I did watch the first 20 episodes dubbed and these first 4 episodes in dub too. And I do sincerely hate the voices, but I feel like the second season is, I don't know, bro. I feel like I'm already bored watching the second season.
That's how I felt watching the first, bro. I couldn't do it.
It was like the first one was cool once you got to like episode 16 of the first 20, and I was like, all right, there you go. It's shit happening. But I also felt like, I don't know, they for where we got in the latter end of that season into our now second part of the season, the way that they handled the portions to leading up to getting there was ass. Like they just need better pacing. they need a pacing instructor, like someone to teach them how to run.
You mind
for anime?
You mind if I interject here?
Go ahead.
TCB_NYC, who has a question answer to our question and the later half of this conversation as well for the midterms. He says about To Your Eternity season 2, King Teliano. As someone who is relatively caught up manga wise, this arc this season goes into it goes into this season is my fave. Stakes raised on a much bigger scale, and waiting to see what happens next in the Noker War. You may have something to say about the visuals, but honestly, to me, it ain't bothered me. At least the first couple of episodes. I don't know how you feel about Fushi as a character, but I think this arc helps his development and struggles by the end of it. I'll say this though: if we didn't have what we have been getting this season, I think there would have been more hype behind it. That in the last arc of season 1 was the weakest, so that fall off may go into this new season. Would you say that's accurate?
So I haven't read the manga, so I don't know where it's taking him.
Right.
In terms of like, I don't think that even if this season was worse, like if we didn't have Bleach, if we didn't have Chainsaw Man, if we didn't have Spy Family, if we would have to literally, in my opinion, not have Married Couple, Eminence and Shadow. We would have to not have Beast Tamers. We would have to not have My Hero Academia. We would have to not have Legend of Mana, which I haven't watched 5 episodes of. We would have to not have Mob Psycho. We would have to not have Reincarnated as a Sword. And I'm not saying that to be like, I'm not saying that to be like an asshole. I'm not saying that to be, I'm more or less, I'm saying like the anime itself is cool. And I do want to see how this story progresses, right? Because I think the concept is really, really cool. But I think the concept is better than the application. And that's the issue I'm having with it. And it's not even that the fact that I can't empathize and connect to the main character, because the main character's struggle, I think, is extremely realistic for what he is. The application is just bad. I think that the actual like how they're doing it, how they're putting it to, how they're demonstrating it, just doesn't feel great.
Yeah. So the art style ain't got nothing to do with it, nor does the fact that the end of season 1 being the last arc of season 1 was the weakest going into this new season. Ain't got nothing to do with it either. It's the show's in its entirety.
Even the last arc of that season to me was just better, right? Like I said, I feel like they tried to make these 3, 4, or 5 prominent characters before you get to this point very, very impactful to the story, which they are. Then it doesn't. I'm not taking away from their impact from the story. I just don't think. I feel like it's hard to say without spoiling. I feel like every person he meets is just a vessel.
Got it.
I feel like no one is meant to survive around him, and I don't know if that's part of the story or whatever it is, but either way, until I get to the end of whatever the manga is or whatever the finale is for this show, I have no way of changing how I feel about this until our main character comes to a revelation about something.
Got it.
So it's cool. It's okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. And to kind of like wrap up before we start and get into the order of operations of our tops this season, Bleach, My Hero, and for me, Yuzuki-chan are all. Yuzuki-chan has been another one that returned. Yuzuki-chan season 2. Yuzuki-chan Wants to Hang Out season 2 has been great. But Bleach, obviously, we got Bleach Talk this episode coming later after the Twitter portion of this. But My Hero and Bleach have been phenomenal so far. Absolutely phenomenal. Where do you stand on those?
I don't disagree. I think I feel like the Bleach pacing is actually better than it was previously in like previous seasons.
Yeah,
like it's like they took the time out of all the years of waiting to make sure that whatever they gave us this time around was on point.
Right, and which we're gonna get into in the Bleach Talk portion of this episode. But yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more.
And My Hero, the thing is that this is a climactic episode or season. So like this season, if you can't make this part of your anime good, you probably should quit. So My Hero had no choice for this, but for this to be kind of like fire, you know?
It's so good, man. It's too good, actually.
And even with the parts that you don't like I agree with you on like the Dabi side of things right now. Like he seems
lame
mid.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So, but everything else around it is still like so on
good.
point.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like I can't wait to talk about that. And I think spoiler talk. We gotta have. Obviously, we're gonna have My Hero. We're gonna have More Than a Married Couple, and I mean maybe we'll bring in Blue Lock. I guess I don't know.
I'd rather. Well, I guess Eminence and Shadow didn't have nothing crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
we can do Blue Lock.
All right, we'll do Blue Lock in the second half. But yeah, so as far as the order, I'll go first. Looking at my tops for this season, I'm going to go number 1, More Than a Married Couple, obviously. Number 2, Eminence and Shadows. Number 3, My Hero Academia. No, I'm going to go number 2, My Hero Academia. Number 3, Eminence and Shadows. Number 4, Beast Tamers. Or Beast Tamer. Number 5, Yuzuki-chan Wants to Hang Out. And then everything else is kind of like bottom tier. So with that being said, the grade I give for the fall 2022 fall midterm so far, remember this is just the fall midterm so far, I'll give it, I can't remember what I gave summer, but I'm gonna give this a B+. B+ for sure. Because the bad stuff I dropped, and obviously it's probably not bad, but Reincarnated as a Sword, I'm not watching. Shit, I forgot what else I dropped. Oh, the Farmer one, I dropped that shit. Yeah, there's quite a few that I dropped, but I give it a B+ mostly because, again, the shows I thought that were going to be bad, that would have probably brought this down to like a C, like just an average ass season, stepped it up. So Beast Tamers, I didn't think it would be as good as it was. Love Flops, I didn't think it was going to be even good at all, and it ended up being good to me. Do It Yourself is very interesting to watch, even though I can't watch more than one episode a week. Like, and then again, Core 2 Spy Family counts, so I don't really count that per se. But Yuzuki-chan being back for season 2 has been fire. My Hero, again, has been great. So I think a B+ is a perfect place for these midterms to be for me personally. I don't see it being higher, or I can't even see it being lower right now. Even though there was quite a few things that I ended up dropping this season, it still ended up being a good season. The Shinobi one that I'm watching is still not great, though. So maybe, you know what? I'm going to bring it down to a B because of the Shinobi one. Yeah.
So, all right. So my my list is starting the same as Polo, more than a married couple. But I skipped My Hero because to me it was like it's reoccurring.
It's a new season.
Yeah, I guess so. I skipped more My Hero Academia, but I think it's a good season. But I still Eminence in Shadow. I'm gonna rock with that one.
Okay.
For my number 2. For my number 3, I did go with Gundam.
Okay.
Number 4, I go with Beast Tamers, and number 5, I go with Reincarnated as a Sword. I'm not watching Uzuki-chan like Polo, so I have no way of identifying if that's good. But I'm assuming since Polo love it, it's got to be good.
It's good.
But I agree with everything else on Polo is because it's fire. My score, which I'm surprised Polo brought his down to a B because my score is B. What's going on in the Shinobi anime, Polo, that brought it down to a B?
It's just not. It's still not great. I don't know why I can't stop watching it. But for some reason,
you want it to be great.
Yes, exactly right.
Make Shinobi no Toki great again.
This is one I don't want to drop because I'm hoping that it gets better in the second half. But no, it's not great, and that's what bring it down to be. Only because I'm keeping that on my list. And then stuff like Love Flops is just okay, but you still got Bleach. Like that's why the season is so high as it is. More Than a Married Couple, Bleach, My Hero. Those, to be honest, are the ones that's like fucking like. Those are like A's, right? Yeah. And then everything else is like, and Beast Tamers is, I would consider an A too. Everything else is like a C.
I'm also going to just throw in there, like sprinkle in there real quick. Ash did win the championship this week. He is a champion.
Did he win already?
He's league champion twice, but now he beat all the champions. So he's the league champion. He done beat everybody. Anybody that's worth noting.
Okay. All right. Congratulations.
He the GOAT. But that's just to throw it in this season. This season ain't that bad, but it's still a B.
All right, man. Let's get into some of the listeners, man. Some of our friends over here on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at Mike Check Waifu so you can join on these conversations as well. We do have a lot of fun with talking to you guys. I'm gonna go with Huey TJ first. He says, as anime only to 90% of this fall season, and he's been reading My Hero this season. He says this season is a B+. He says his fave 5 is Gundam, which for Mercury as his number 1. Mob Psycho is his number 2. Bleach is number 3. More Than a Married Couple is number 4. And Akiba Maid War is his number 5. And he says Eminence is Chainsaw Man is okay. And he says Blue Lock, nice.
I'm glad that like the Chainsaw Man thing isn't just like that, Like it's not just us saying it's okay, because
right.
I want companies to realize that yes, we will get hype about $130,000 episodes every week. We will also let you know that $130,000 isn't good enough to fix obvious issues.
Story issues. That's correct. That is correct. I fucking couldn't agree more with that. Let's slide over to our homie at _Rob J. He says, actually I gotta find the start of his because it's like his is kind of a thread. So let me find his first tweet. I forgot that I posted this question earlier in the week. So there it is. He says, he said, I give this season a B. Damn, I didn't even peep. I give this season a B+ so far. Everybody needs to be watching Eminence and Shadows. I agree. My Hero, Chainsaw Man, and Blue Lock are my faves. Shinobi no Itoki is really fucking decent. Nothing too special, but I do enjoy it. Then he says Mob Psycho is starting to pick up too. And then then we go further like later on in the day. He says, I take back what I said about Mob Psycho. Right. Rob J is funny. And he says also Eminence and Shadows. I think we go back to the real world somehow. I don't know when or how, but man, I feel like they showed us a lot in the real world that in that first episode for some reason. He said, okay, so he's going back to the first episode. That's why it's hidden for him. I got you, Rob J. No, he said, I take back what I said about Mob Psycho. That is fucking hilarious. Let's see here. Let's go over to our our guy J Lee Trey.
Hey.
He says carrying this season so far is Akiba May War. Gundam Witch Mercury, Bleach Chainsaw Man Mondays, Tuesdays. That's what's carrying this season for him so far, dude. I don't know, bro. You gotta watch more, Jay Lee. You gotta watch more, cause Bleach and Chainsaw Man carrying your Mondays. That shit
but hey, look, Jay Lee, Trey, bro. I'm surprised, kind of a little bit.
Me too.
But while I'm surprised, it's not because specifically those are carrying. It's just more that I did kind of, I kind of expected a little bit like, hey, I got like 5 other anime that I watched that also trailing behind that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I'm perfectly fine with that being your carries for the season, because I mean that's kind of what most
I'm not
of
okay with the Chainsaw Man one. I'm not gonna hold you.
It is what it is, bro.
I'm just talking shit.
He gonna rock with what he rock with. Don't. But yeah,
I can't knock nobody's jump.
Right. Cause we like Chainsaw Man. It's just cool.
It's okay.
But Bleach 100% though.
Facts, bro. Yeah.
I'm surprised he ain't mentioned One Piece.
Oh yeah, true. I
It's
guess
still airing. I'm pretty sure
going.
it's still airing. They got another 1,000 episodes to do before anything changed.
That's funny. Let's go over to Crystal. Crystal Light 10. She says, based on what I'm watching for new shows, Bibliophile Princess for the Soju lovers.
Bibliophile? Is she a librarian? Is that what that means?
Oh, I think so. Biblio. I guess I read that wrong. For recurring / new seasons, it's a tie between. She's always so unique, and I love Crystal for that. But she says, for recurring new seasons, it's a tie between Welcome to Demon School, Irumi-kun, and The Daily Life of the Immortal King. I watched episode 1 of season 1 of Daily Life of the Immortal King, and that shit was whack.
Yes,
So,
it does get better.
Okay, I'm gonna watch some more of it just because Crystal speaks so highly of it. But overall, Fall is average, so she says about a C. Some shows are
I made
great,
it to
some
that
shows are
second
just
season of
okay.
Immortal King.
What happened?
I said I made it to that second season of Immortal King for Crystal, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's cool. Not great, but cool.
Like I was saying, though, she says overall Fall is average. Some shows are great, some shows are just okay. So I'm assuming your average means C. You're giving this season a C, which I can't agree with, because I gotta look at what she's watching. I gotta go to her anime list and figure out what she's watching. Because My Hero being great, I don't see her watching anything else. I don't see her watching more than A Married Couple. That damn Lucifer Biscuit Hammer thing is on her list though.
That's a carry on from last season though.
I know, but why is she still watching it? That's my question.
Because she's not a quitter.
Okay, that's what you call it. She's watching Shinobi. Yes, so she's watching Shinobi no Itoki. So I completely understand why hers is average. I hope she picks up more than A Married Couple. I hope she picks up she's not really watching the same things we are watching. So for her, hers is average, which looking at her list right now, I completely understand why. No offense, Crystal. I get it. Let's see here. I think we got one more. Of course, we got a couple of more actually. Hey, JB. JB versus the World. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel, JB versus the World. He says one of the best fall seasons in recent years. And he lists Gundam The Witch from Mercury as his number 1, Bleach number 2, Mob Psycho number 3, and Chainsaw Man number 4. All carrying, but the others have a case for doing the same. There's something for everyone this season. From the shonen to the slice of life. From shonen lovers to slice of life, we're all eating good. I couldn't fucking agree more.
I agree with that about the we're all eating good, but best fall season in recent years.
Definitely not this one.
Let's take a look. Let's go down and look on memory lane.
Talk to me. Let's talk about last year's fall
Season. Let's go fall. Let's go year. Let's go 2021. Comey Can't Communicate. Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Jobless Reincarnation Core 2. Ranking of Kings.
already last year might be better.
World's Finest Assassin, Blue Period, 86 season 2. Faraway Paladin, which was that. Don't even bring that up. My bad. Banished from the Heroes Party.
That's
what else did we watch?
There were most certainly more shows in that fall that you could not watch than this season. While this season has like more than a Married Couple fucking bangs out a lot of those shows, there's still more shows in that fall than in this fall.
Yeah, and I mean, we talking about core 2 of Jobless Reincarnation.
Core 2 of 86. Ugh.
And I mean, I hate to say it, but like Demon Slayer wasn't better in terms of like story contextually. And I mean, even like I'm gonna say, even in terms of art style, I like more than Married Couple better. But if we talk about actual production value, like Demon Slayer does jump that season up quite a bit. And then let's look at like 2020 real quick. Since recent years, you had Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, at least Akudama Drive was there, so you can definitely say there was better stuff in that. I mean, it might have been better in 2020 fall.
What else is in 2020 fall? Now you got me curious.
I'm trying to see. All right, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Haikyuu. So no, Tony Cow Over the Moon. So that was a good
show,
one.
Fucking fantastic show. Yes.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? Obviously.
Yeah. Talentless Nana was a big one that season.
Burn the Witch. We got that three episode ONA.
Oh god, it was so good.
Really good.
Our last crusade of the Rise of the World. That was okay.
Oh, we got Higurashi When They Cry. Remember?
Yeah, we did. No, yeah, okay. This season is better than that one this one for sure.
Yeah, it's not a lot of stuff. We definitely didn't even finish watching Yashahime. We watched Ikebukuro Westgate Park.
I didn't never even finish that.
Really? Oh, okay.
You finished all 12?
Yes. I actually don't even have it marked off either.
Where did I get to? Episode 2.
What?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I got the episode 2 in Dragon Quest. But yeah, okay. We'll say it's better than that season.
And in 2019, the start of Might Check Waifu.
We had Astra Lost in Space that season, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then Orisuke.
Sword Art Online, Alicization.
V-Stars, Assassins. Well, no, not Assassin's Pride. I almost fucked up there.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
That shit was garbage. Psycho Pass 3. Was just
Fate
okay.
Grand Order, Absolute Demonic Front.
Yep. And I would say this season is still better than this one, though.
You think so?
Yeah, because Astro Lost in Space isn't here. So that I think that was spring, so that doesn't count. Orisuke, B-Stars, My Hero Season 4 was there, which is trash. Alicization was carrying that season, probably.
Oh, Astro Lost in Space came out in summer.
Okay. That makes sense.
So yeah, we can say fall.
Yes,
fall.
I mean,
so I guess so, huh? It only lost to 1 year.
Yeah, it only lost to 1 year. That was a good little exercise. I like that though. Good shit. Good shit. All right, TCB NYC. We told you it was gonna be back. TCB NYC says a solid B. Hell, I might even bump it up to a B+ on very good days and mood. For me, the shows that are carrying are Do It Yourself as number 1, Witch from Mercury is number 2, Reincarnated as a Sword number 3, Bocchi the Rock number 4, Spy Family Season 2, which is just Core 2. So, you can count it if you count it. Blue Lock and then Mob Psycho Season 3. Everybody gonna say Chainsaw Man, and it's all right for me. But he continues. He says, to add, I think I let the hype get to me, thinking that it was gonna have that effect on me like JJK did. It didn't. Chainsaw Man is still good, and I love the visuals, violent fights, and Denji as a character right now. I don't know, something just ain't clicking for me fully. That others got for it, and I think, and this is why I couldn't wait to talk about this, because I do feel like he feels the same way I do about this, because he says Denji is a good character for him right now. If he was, I think you would feel a lot different about the show. I think Denji is just a really below average main shonen character. Like, he's boring. Yes, he doesn't have these goals, and that makes him unique. Like, he doesn't have any major goals like the rest of the shonen characters do, and that makes him unique. But it's also very, very boring, and you can't really care about him as a character. As far as me personally goes, that's how I feel. I don't know if you feel that way, TCB, but that's how I feel. So with that being said, because I don't care about him as the main character, I don't really want to watch anything but the fights. Like, I just really want to see the action with the beautiful job that Mappa's doing with the animation. Like, I just want to see shit get sliced up and him running like it looked like him in a mocap suit, really like parkouring through shit. Like, I want to see that. That's all I want to see. This story, very boring. Nobody really cares about these characters. They're the names. I don't even fucking remember most of the names of anybody other than Power, and it's only because it's easy. And Denji because it's the main character. Like, it's an okay show. It's an okay show because it has some of the most violent, graphic fights. And that's probably it. You got anything to add, to?
Nah, you on point. Ain't no need to co-sign what's already been said.
Yeah. So Bocchi the Rock is apparently like a making a band kind of anime that people say is really good, but I don't really care about those musicals, dude. I care less about those than I even do about sports. Like, I would watch a sports before I watch a musical. That's for damn sure.
I've watched very few musical anime, and I don't think things like Takt OP Destiny count.
Yeah, or even Your Lie in April doesn't even count.
Yeah,
me, in my opinion. I think that's it. I think that's it for the season wrap ups, bro. So what I got, B for me and B for you as well.
Yes,
it's
B for me.
That's good. With that being said, I think Polo, it's time to cue the music. Oh my goodness, bro. Bleach. These last 2 episodes.
Fucking amazing, bro.
Oh my gosh, man. Listen, I don't know what it is about this show that just continues to fucking they don't care. They don't care
about what?
Blowing people the fuck back. That's
all
what they
the way
care
back.
About. It is crazy to me. Like, all right, do I think they're gone, dead and gone? No, obviously. Do you think Riku, what's his name again? Rukia's brother.
Oh, yeah.
You think he's gone?
I don't think he's. Here's my thing. Is I think that like.
Hold on, time out. Sorry to interrupt. But just for everybody to know, this is the Bleach talk, so we're gonna spoil 5 and 6 of Bleach. Everybody knows.
So, facts. All right. So, I don't think they're all gone. And hear me out. I think that. I mean, technically they can be gone. I think that the Soul Reapers don't essentially fully die. Like, there's a way for them to come back because they're essentially like, they're not full beings, right? They're made out of mostly like Reiki, right? So if they're made out of spiritual pressure or energy or whatever, then maybe there's a way for them to come back. But that would also mean that, like, why wouldn't so many other Soul Reapers already be back?
Still,
I'm not sure.
They're still alive even. My thing is, bro, I don't understand what the fuck is.
All right. Hold up. So let's go to episode 5.
Okay.
Episode 5 was fire for an entirely different reason than episode 6 was. Episode 5 was, let's say, shocking. I'm sorry, I'm shitty. I got bad puns. Episode 5 was great.
It was. It really was.
For like the historical and lore context, right?
Yep.
Like, I didn't need action in episode 5, even though they gave us some. They still did. They didn't like just leave us high and dry on the action side of things. But episode 5, we got the backstory of Yamamoto's. Like, was that his original captain? Like, the person to do that's not his captain. His original. Well, his first seat to him being the captain.
Yeah.
Right. So that was his, like, the guy who no longer wanted to be like. He saw how strong Yamamoto was and was like, I don't want to be taught like you or by you. I want to be strong enough to accommodate all the things that you can't do. And And that was fire to me, just that phrasing alone. And that also to me is like a signs of a really, really well written character.
Yes.
Even though we didn't even get that much of him, we being completely real.
Not even in the first half of Bleach.
Right. We didn't get that much of that character, but he definitely made a good enough impression. I think that goes to talk about how well Bleach is written in general.
Yep.
Like all these characters have stories, and that not just mediocre, like they're okay kind of stories. Every character has good ass stories to them, bro.
Full developed backstories that comes together in the world and like fits the world so perfectly.
It made me reminisce about when they first came to the Soul Society, and they met up with like those other people and beings in the Soul Society, and we got to find out about like Rukia and like some of these other characters, like backstories. You remember when they had to try and break through the wall?
Yep. Oh god, yeah.
It gave me like kind of like that flashback, and I was like, yo, this is so fucking good, bro.
It's too good.
Just the words alone were so fucking good. The voice acting. I'm sorry, Bleach does voice acting well. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. I really still would rather watch the dub, only because I've stuck with the dub for a billion episodes. But it was really fucking good voice acting. I don't know what to feel about everything that happened in episode 5, because everything that happened in episode 5 just showed me how much Yamamoto is an absolute demon, which I already knew, but I didn't know this fucking bad.
No, episode 6 showed us he was a demon.
No. Episode 5 showed us that too.
It did.
And then it got even worse in episode 6. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's so hard to fucking like just wrap my mind around this fucking war in itself, because not the war in itself. I should say the episodes in itself, on how many we're gonna have. We have no idea how many episodes this is gonna run for, but it feels like it's about to be over.
No, I don't know, bro, because hear me out. There's no way that's technically in episode 6. There's no way they just showed Aizen in episode 6 and this shit about to be over in 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes.
Let's talk about my gut check from 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Isn't it wow how close it might even be true? Like, we might have to free Aizen, after episode 6.
But hear me out. I don't even think Aizen is really locked up anymore.
No, he's definitely locked up.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. First of all, and hear me out. I think Aizen is such a demon that like they showed him just to be like, he about to come show out. And I don't think he about to show out in support of the Soul Society. I think he about to show out in support of I'm Aizen. I do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Because with him mentioning in episode 6, with him mentioning that he's going to, he doesn't want to destroy the Soul Society. That was enough for me to think, okay, he doesn't like the Soul Society, yes, but he's not going to destroy it. I think he wants to run that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But I think it's more like a rebranding, Mm-hmm. Like what happened with T-Mobile years ago. T-Mobile was trash. Yeah. Dude took over and flipped that shit on his head, right?
Right.
That's what Aizen's trying to do. Aizen is like, no, I think the Soul Society way it operates is trash. Let me run it because I can do it better. And he probably, for some reasons he probably can, but because he's a genius, at least from what he's demonstrated for all so far. Absolutely. He just didn't have the brute strength to outdo Ichigo. But I think Aizen can run the Soul Society, and I don't think he will destroy it because Yamamoto almost did that him damn self. True. But yeah, bro.
To talk about that, like, okay, we kind of wrapped up on episode 5. Episode 5 was fucking nuts as far as building up to where it got to in episode 6. But episode 6 was the climactic fight of what they call him, Yacht. I think they call him.
You wash. Yeah, I'm
I think they say
bro.
the Y with a J, like a J though, which is fucking weird. So it's like,
it's like German or something.
Yeah,
German, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we don't fuck with that. So, do you? I guess I should ask, what did you fucking think of his actual Bankai, which we saw for the first time ever?
as soon as he said east, I was like, oh. I was like, oh, if there's an east, there's a west, and if there's a west, there's a north, and if there's a north, there's a south.
There's three more.
I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, this man mastered Bankai. It ain't even Bankai like Ichigo do. This was okay, guys. Hey, look, I'm that guy kind of Bankai.
This motherfucker flew without even activating anything. He could fly with his flames.
It was in the coolest thing about his Bankai was that as soon as he activated, he didn't say Bankai, it just activated, and then all his flames disappeared. And I love like the character's explanation on certain things that happen, right? So like his whole, the crew, dude with the pink long garbs on, he's like, my lip cracked.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he just destroy the water in your body too? Old girl, she's like, Yamamoto, please end this before you destroy the Soul Society. And it's because he is that guy. And like, she's like, what did she say to the other girl? It's funny that you're worried about your skin, because that's not, if worst case scenario is gone in the first place if Yamamoto really got to get active, right? If he'd had let it carry on. But the East, with it being the sword contains all the flames and it gets focused into the tip, and I was like, bruh, not even gonna go ahead.
He tapped the fucking ground. When he tapped the ground and literally split open the entire Soul Society damn near, blew me back. I'm like, no, it's over. That's it.
And that was enough for me.
Yep.
That was enough for me. But like, that was insane because of how hot it got. Also, and the flame disappeared. And then he switches to the west. Right? He went from east, then he went west.
I think so.
The west was his body was engulfed in flames, right? At least that's what it appeared. But
I don't think it was west. I think it was north, but I mean, it doesn't really matter.
No, west was definitely the flames, because south was the undead, and then north was the final strike. But west, he had the and I love that this is more about the context here. When they explain that flames or heat that hot would never be visible, right? 15 million degrees Celsius. That is the sun. So heat that hot isn't necessarily visible. It just projects itself, right? There's no flame to it. It's just hot as fuck. And not even as fuck. It's hot as something I can't fabricate or make up. Can't even say it. But his actual Reiki, his actual spiritual pressure, what was the flames, and that was even better for explanation. It's
if for context, 15 million degrees Celsius is 2.7 million degrees Fahrenheit. or 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit.
The reality is it melts on contact, and that's what happened when he took steps. When he walked, the ground melted. Then what we had the South.
Now that,
oh my God,
the South was my favorite part about it, because the summoning of the undead is the absolute greatest. Like, meet me in Diablo, I'm a necromancer 99% of the time, every single time. So to see that, and then to see it be his old comrades, or Yawach, or whatever his name is, old comrades, fucking insane. But what bothered me about
it's
it,
the mind play about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just about to say, what bothered me about it is the fact that it's the mind play, and then as soon as he became so I care about my people, I knew something wasn't right. Because
after how he explained, you just step over your associates and stuff, your allies all the time, your subordinates. That's what he said. You always step over your subordinates. You let the bodies of your subordinates just build up, pile up, like how he explained it.
Yep. And then as soon as he was like, when y'all watch over, the Quincy King was like all gasped about his fallen comrades or whatever. I'm like, oh, this ain't real. This is not him. It couldn't have been him, because they made that clear in episode 1. He don't really give a fuck that much about his people. Well, I guess the other people were more so like a Ronkar mixes, but it still don't matter. Like, he just don't care that much about his people. He'll kill him in a heartbeat if he has to. And that's what I think I was like, oh God, because now I know.
And Yamamoto should have caught on to that, right?
I know. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, now I know this is about to be fucked up. And as soon as he did his little final strike thing,
The North.
yep. And I was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. Because for one, we still got hell of a lot more show to go. So we know you're not ending this shit here. And
Right.
then for it to be, for him to pull up like that.
Yeah. So hear me out. To me, the gravity of this episode to show how hard Yamamoto could go was enough to say, like, I knew this couldn't be the end, right?
Of course.
And I knew from the beginning it's a trick. And I'm only saying that because there's no way Yamamoto pulls up to the Quincy King and just straight up gives him no chance. Like, as a writer, right? There's no way Yamamoto pulls up and says, I'm killing you right now on the spot. Don't even worry about it, bro.
But they could have.
They could have,
And
right?
this show, they could damn for sure could have.
Yeah.
That's the great part about Bleach.
But he turned around, did the North, and you know, he walked away and said, who could you be talking to?
Yep.
Who could the boss be talking to?
Sorry, I let you down kind of shit.
Yeah, that shit was, I'm like,
Yeah.
he know he wasn't talking to his people. And that's when Yamamoto should have figured it out beforehand.
Yep.
Why he said, you don't talk to your people like that.
Exactly.
Who could the boss be talking to? And I was like, yep, this is exactly, I'm not gonna say it's exactly what I expected, but it's kind of exactly what I expected. I'm not saying Bleach is predictable. What I am saying though, we knew it couldn't go down like that.
What's pissing me off
And like Polo said, it could have, but you know.
What's pissing me off about this whole thing too is that when the real y'all watch came through, and or the Quincy King came through, it was like, yo, it's not that we couldn't take your Bankai. It's just that nobody else can handle it but me. And the fact that they stole his Bankai, it's over. I don't know. I don't understand anything else that can be anywhere near like that can beat this, because we already know the Quincy King is fucking powerful. He's insane. He's God tier level already. Then you got the fact that he stole Yamamoto's fucking Bankai. Now he knows how it works too.
But hear me out. I don't think that he could have outright stole Yamamoto's Bankai. He had to wait until Yamamoto was weakened. He used up so much spiritual pressure and power doing that. Yamamoto threatened the entirety of the Soul Society. So yes, now he can handle the power of it, right? Yeah, right. It's irrelevant because they had to, waste that time. Mm-hmm. I think that's why they showed Aizen. I don't think Aizen shows up in the next episode. I think the gravity of the situation sets in next episode. I think that Yamamoto.
Oh, we go gut check now?
Oh, I am gut checking, but I'm not fully leaning into that too much. But I'm saying, like,
let's gut check then.
Let's gut check. Yamamoto, he's dead, and I think the Quincy King makes like an announcement to the Soul Society. Yamamoto's fallen. The Soul Society retreats because they can't do shit else if Yamamoto's fallen. We know the Soul Society is kind of vast, so they can get away. Like, even if they go to Wakamundo, they can find another place to go. But I think that in itself, Soul Society falls. Aizen is still sealed away. But I do think that at some point they wouldn't have shown Aizen for no reason. Something has to happen with Aizen. Something has to shake. Yeah. And I hate to say it, maybe Aizen's the one that saves Ichigo, and then Aizen and Ichigo pull up.
That's exactly what I think is gonna happen too.
Really?
Yep.
So, all right, let's hear your gut check. What are you thinking? So,
I don't think that Aizen's gonna save Ichigo. I think that Ichigo is gonna go free Aizen, because Ichigo's gonna realize that he can't do this shit by himself after what he learns about. He's gonna get out. He's gonna get out by some power plot armor. He's gonna get out of that cage. He's gonna make it to the Soul Society, but the Soul Society is gonna be fucking shredded, gone, dead. Like, pretty much everybody is dead and gone at this point. The ones that escape either escape to, I'm thinking, Earth, because I feel like they gotta end up in Ichigo's room somehow. Or they end up in, like you said, Wakamundo or something like that. But he sees the carnage that's there. Then he gets to one of either like the people who can make the communication around the Soul Society, to then give him the gravity of the situation. Once he learns the gravity of the situation, that's when he's like, yo, we there's no fucking way even I can do this by myself. We need everybody. So we need Uriha, the fucking Rukia. We need
Toshiro.
We need Chad, and we need somebody even stronger than us or them. We
go get their Ron cars.
We need Aizen. So that's when he goes to free Aizen and creates this ragtag group of fucking people that's gonna be demons. And then after it's over, it's probably gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? All right, we gotta wrap this shit up. And it's gonna be a final battle between him and Aizen, and it's gonna be.
You think the final battle is Aizen and Ichigo again?
I do. I honestly do.
I said like, no, run my fade again.
For some reason, I feel like it's going, and this is so Final Fantasy-esque, because this is the type of shit Final Fantasy does. Like Final Fantasy have a big ass villain, right, and another villain, and then the heroes fight the other villain, and then the big bad villain just comes in at the end, like, okay, now it's my turn type shit. I feel like they do that in every fucking Final Fantasy game.
You kind of right.
And I feel like this shit is gonna happen here.
I was about to say Sephiroth too. Do you think Aizen pulling the strings on this Quincy thing? You don't think he had nothing to do with the Quincy thing? I mean, because I know he's not 1,000 years old, but you don't think he knew that, like, I don't know, bro, at this point, because I think what you said is exactly on point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he has anything to do with the Quincy's, but I know he knows that he's not going to join the side of the Quincy's, because why would he do that, you know?
Yeah, but he knows the Quincy's before they walk through the door.
Right. And he knows that they're going to need Aizen, so he's like, yo, you can kill me now if you want. But he decided not to. He's like, well, I don't know why the Quincy King didn't just kill Aizen. That's the thing that's baffling me, because he was just willing to kill just about any and everybody, especially since he knows how much of a threat Aizen is. You mean to tell me you're going to just leave him there?
I think the Hogyoku, you can't kill someone attached to the Hogyoku.
I keep forgetting that shit. Okay, I forgot that he had that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's what he's sealed in, right? Because he's fused with it, you can't kill him, and then they'd have to release him and kill him. Yep. Basically, is essentially what I think. So that's why he can't do it right now, because that's too much of a hassle to go through and release Aizen so you can kill Aizen. While you got to deal with Yamamoto.
Right.
It's not happening.
Right. Yeah. That's why he just went to go deal with Yamamoto. Right on time, too. That fucking guy that changed into him, man. He kind of saved their whole ass.
He did.
I'm looking at the banner for this 1,000-year Blood War arc. Everybody that's here is just about dead.
You talking about on the
Annie list?
Yeah.
So like the jail dude.
Did we see this red hair dude? Yamamoto killed the eye dude, the black dude,
and the Mohawk dude.
And the Mohawk dude, yeah. All of them that jumped in dead.
He killed 4 of them himself, basically.
3. No.
3. Kenpachi killed 3. Kenpachi killed 3 of them, and then Yamamoto killed 1.
Yeah,
the eyeball dude. I forgot about Kenpachi bodying the beast dude.
And then Ichigo, or I guess he's still alive. The dude with the glasses, huh?
No, he's not.
With the red glasses,
yeah.
The one that locked Ichigo up. Did he die? Did we see him die?
Somebody split him in half. We don't know who that is yet. They didn't show us who, but
all right.
Do you know who did that shit? Do you have any ideas?
Only people I can think of is Yoroichi.
Yorichi, but it was a sword. She doesn't use a sword.
Yorichi?
Yeah.
She has like ninja stars. She has a little sword. The little. Well,
I know, but it was a sword. She has the Konoichi blade or whatever she got, but I don't know. I saw it being a sword. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But
it's the Aron cars.
Yeah.
It's Grimjar.
He's dead as fuck. Grimjar dead as hell.
And hear me out. This is why you don't look at the cast. The casting list shows Grimjaw, Jagger, Jackie's.
No way. I see. Okay, yeah. Wow. I don't know though. I think this is just showing every character in Bleach, bro.
It kind of do look like that because it's a lot of motherfuckers. A bunch of
people that's definitely not in the show anymore.
They just put the whole cast here for the hell of it. I don't know. I don't know who it is, bro.
It could have been some. I don't know, bro. Either I don't know.
I think it's the Earth Aron car. You know, the people who taught Ichigo how to do it.
Oh.
And I would say realistically, the only way they would be able to kill that dude is if he was caught off guard.
100%.
Like he was. He was already beat up. You already put holes through his body. All right,
True.
boom, let's finish it off. So I'm gonna say it was them.
I forgot to mention in my gut check that I think Ichigo is going to have a conversation with Zangetsu again.
We haven't seen Zangetsu in a minute either. It would be nice to talk to Zangetsu.
And that's how he's going to get out of this cage. He's going to realize that, you guess what? You're
that's what I meant to say.
You can get out of here.
Well, that's what I meant to say. I thought him being locked in the cage was plot armor. Not for Ichigo. It's plot armor so that Ichigo didn't ruin the story. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ichigo should be like,
he could have been a part of that.
Get to go Tensho.
Yep.
Because what else are they scared of if they can just lock him in a cage and say stay there?
Yep.
What's the point in being scared of Ichigo if you can just lock him in a cage and stay there? He can stay there. Yep. He should have a way to get out. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a way to get out, but he's gonna dig deep inside and find out he's part. I still think the Park Quincy thing is relevant, man. I don't know why. I believe it to be true.
Because fucking Aizen planned it all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, Aizen made, I don't know. I'm just talking shit. Aizen made the plan.
I do think that's the case though. All right. Let's do the recommendation roulette real quick. It's my turn to roll the year. For those of you that don't know, one of us rolls a random year. The other, we both give recommendations for the year that is being rolled. We go from 2007 to 2022, and we recommend some anime from that year. 2021. Wow.
Oh shit. Last week we had what, 2022?
I think we had 2022. All right, 2021. Oh God, it's so much good shit. This is really easy to. We got to recommend something that again, a lot of people hasn't watched. Okay, which is easy to do. All right, I'm gonna let you go first because I already know what you're about to say.
You know what I'm about to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Haji Hiro.
A lot of people that hasn't watched that. Okay, you were Haji Hiro. I wasn't expecting that.
A lot of people that I didn't see nobody talking about on this timeline. As far as I know, I thought it was just us.
No, so Haji
Hiro. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "That's my recommendation." I didn't even think about nothing else because obviously we can't say stuff like 86. We already did that. Haji Hiro. I'm going with that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but you got it. You got it.
You thought I was gonna say Vivi or Remake Our Life?
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna go with All right, I'm gonna go with Horimiya, man. Horimiya was one of the best slice of life of that year. On top of like Remake Our Life and stuff, Horimiya is so good. Great characters, great character development, and just a different type of romance that you don't quite often see in these young romance comedy shows. And it was fresh. It was a breath of fresh air. Hence why it has an 81%. Not a lot of people watched it though, but the people that did know how good it is.
Yeah, you talked a decent amount about Horimiya, so I can only say that I believe it's good because I don't think you lied to me like that.
No, I was dead ass about that one. All right, man, we about to take this quick break. The song I used during this break is something called it's called let me make sure I got the name right. Funny enough, it's actually called sorry. It's actually called Bleach. Funny enough. Now it doesn't have anything to do with the show, but the artist is On2 and the song is called Bleach. This song is absolutely chill. It's a song I use, I call it guitar time in my chat. It's a time where I take time to like rest my voice and stuff and just listen to this song because this song sonically is beautiful. So make sure you guys chill out, relax, and listen to On2 Bleach. We'll be right back after these. And welcome back to episode 178 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu and on Instagram at Mic Check Waifu Waifu and on TikTok at Mic Check Waifu Waifu. And then welcome back to the spoiler half of the show. Today we're going to spoil My Hero, More Than a Married Couple, and then Minutes in Shadows. Only a little bit of Minutes in Shadows because it wasn't particularly a big week this week. So let's get into it. Starting with My Hero. Bro, the trajectory keeps climbing. This is about to be the tallest roller coaster if it continues for 20 more episodes, which I know it's not. It's got to slow down, right? It's got to slow down. There's no way that My Hero can keep that shit up for 25 episodes. No chance in hell. Okay,
let me just say this from a manga reader's kind of perspective, right?
Sure.
Once it got here in the manga, it's still here. This is the pacing that I feel like it stayed at.
Interesting.
In the manga, it has not slowed down. Like I think we've gotten like a chapter of like dialogue, but it has never been like slowed down. I feel like if anything, we get a chapter where it's explaining something, but then it's right back into action. And I feel like how they've translated the manga chapters to the anime, the chapters where there are moments where there's dialogue and then you come back next week and that's where the battle and stuff takes place. Mm-hmm. It's enough of that to actually be in like that dialogue is not taking up a full episode. That's like maybe it's 5 minutes.
It's a 5 minutes continued action then is what you're saying.
Right. So it has been on a breakneck pace. Technically it was on a better pacing if you look at it from like last season. It should have been on that pacing should have been like this pacing. And it should have
probably would have been better.
Going. So this pacing, and I don't know how they're gonna do it because realistically, it doesn't feel like an anime can keep up this pacing. So
5 episodes, yeah.
This is the pacing it's been on the entire time in the manga.
It has not stopped. How many seasons is it supposed to be? Do you know?
I don't know because the manga is still going.
I thought it was supposed to end soon.
I ain't heard that. I don't know who told me. The manga writer skipped me over. Okay. But it seems like there should be an ending soon, but they haven't. It doesn't seem quite that definitive yet.
I got you. Okay.
Like it feels like it's coming to a close, but it's not definitive. Like it's gonna be some time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad it's been better, bro. This is why I fell in love with My Hero, because the first season did a great job of explaining what the world is like and what's going on and building up the main character, and then you feel for him, you root for him, you believe in him. You feel good watching that, and then season 2 continues on that pace, and it's like, okay, you got quite a few tournaments, but that's okay because they're in school, so they're learning, they're being taught, which is proper. This is how it's supposed to go. And then season 3, they continue the training, which it's going extremely well because now Midoriya is coming to his own after fighting some demons in previous seasons, so he's starting to understand his powers a little bit more, and it feels very, very good. And then season 4 just turns into whatever the fuck that was. Like the potential was there, the execution was awful. And then season 5 was the potential was there, the execution was awful. And then you get into this, it's back to full force fucking greatness right now.
Is that the name of this episode? The potential was there, the execution was awful, because I said that earlier. But you're right though, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the benefit of me reading the manga, is that the execution was just different because it's a smaller bite, but you get what you expect is more or less what I feel like I got in the manga. Right. But the overall what happened in this chapter was also really good, right? We got
episode.
This episode was really good. I'm sorry, I'm a manga reader.
Yeah, but I got confused for a second there.
We kind of got to see the fuck is his trajectory bounce man name. But we got to see All Might trajectory, All Might's old teacher. We got to see him come face to face with Shigaraki.
Yeah.
and he told him stop messing up Shimura's name. And it's like, I mean, yeah, but I also feel like it's negligence on y'all side. Y'all
His name
left
is
him
Gran
with that
Torino.
shitty dad. What'd you say?
His name is Gran Torino.
Yeah, Gran Torino. Y'all left him with that shitty dad. The mom who never defended him.
Right.
You know, and y'all's option was to abandon him. He should probably be pissed. He should probably look at the world like y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, but as a non-manga reader, that shit didn't hit as hard in last season as it's like I think it was supposed to.
Yeah.
So to be honest, it's like I don't
it seems shallow.
Yeah, Shigaraki is still very shallow. He still feels I'm evil for evil's sakes, and it's kind of boring. But if it wasn't for the fact that he's fucking damn near all might powerful right now, like that if it didn't feel like that, this wouldn't be as interesting because of his motivations is lackluster. But yeah. I also find that him being so powerful is kind of like, you know, unearned, I guess, because he's getting erasered right now, and he's still a demon. I think that's too much. I don't think that even fit with what he went through, right? Like, yes, I know he genetically noblified, but like I think that's mad corny, to be honest. Yeah.
So in terms of writing, right? It's not called a MacGuffin, but he wrote himself in a corner.
Yeah.
And let's also be real,
that's a good point.
Right? Because it's not like they didn't show this as being a thing that was going to happen anyway from the beginning.
Point,
because like I said, the first season we knew that the Nomu All Might fought had multiple quirks, and we only know that now technically. But we knew that it had a genetically modified body,
right?
That it had the dampening quirk that they talked about, but also had just massive strength. That's why it was able to compete with All Might on some level. Couldn't be All Might, but it was able to compete. And they only got better and stronger as we progressed. Because when we got to like the Hero Killer Stain part, we saw another Nomu that could fly, and it might have only been able to fly, but it had like endurance, you know, like super able to take a hit. So we did see that these Nomu were able to be amplified that way. So they kind of like hinted at it. We just didn't know exactly the extent of it. And Shigaraki's now officially a demon. The thing is that I want him. Here's my perspective, and it's not that because I always side with a villain because I like villains, but if we gonna have a villain who's a demon, I would like for him to actually do demon work. Like I want him to be out here doing the devil's work, like taking lives left and left,
well,
breaking people's heads right and right. I need him to go north, east, south, and west and do demon stuff, and he's got the strength to do it. But that's why I was getting to the point of like he wrote himself into a corner. Shigaraki had to be strong enough to say, no matter what you do, I'm a threat.
I don't think so. And I think what would have made him not be written into that corner is, okay, you got Eraser, but like, you know, Eraser has to focus on Shigaraki, right? Why not use the rest of the League of Villains? Why not use Gargantua, Maka, Naka, Loka, Big Dude, and then Dabi, and then Togi, and then like, because all of them last season was supposed to have this evolution, right? If they had this evolution, and I know they're going to be coming in next episode, and they're going to probably be a part of that, and it's going to make it harder. But what I'm saying is like they should have been a part of that in the first place instead of using this. Oh, I'm just genetically modified strong, and that's not a quirk, so you can't erase that part of me, which is kind of stupid. It's kind of lame in that sense. He should be, to be honest, what it would have been cooler is if, let's say he's beating fucking ass right now. He's fucking Endeavor up like he was, okay? And Endeavor doing everything he can to keep those fingers off of him. Blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden Eraser come. Now, when Eraser comes, he's getting his ass whooped. I.e., fucked up, beat around, tossed around, and they're about to wrap this shit up. They're about to lock him up. They're about to put him in the cuffs. They're about to walk him away. while he's getting erased by Eraser. And then all of a sudden, boom, that's when Gargantumaka and fucking Dobby and all of them show up. And then it becomes this big team hero versus villain fight, which would have made that more fun because now Eraser has to focus on erasing Shigaraki only. And I mean, I guess he can get multiple people if he's looking at multiple people, right? But they probably would separate Shigaraki from the rest of everybody else. And it'd become a more interesting fight opposed to him just being genetically modified muscly. And then like him still whooping everybody's ass. Like that's boring.
So, and just hear me out because I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Sure.
What stops Shigaraki from one-shotting Endeavor if he didn't have his quirks blocked? Even without the power, we know that he has multiple quirks that range from radio frequencies and being able to control the radio frequencies. We know he has the decay quirk that can not only spread through things he touches, but when whatever he touches gets disintegrated, it all goes with it, right?
But Eraser wasn't there the whole time, so why didn't he do that?
There was no one else around. When everybody else came, Eraser pulled up shortly after. Like, you got to realize that they were all in the same spot. Eraser and Endeavor were already together. They just were in different parts of the rubble.
They weren't, though. They weren't together for at least... Because, okay, Endeavor started to fight Shigaraki. When he started to fight Shigaraki still had his quirk. He was punching him around, and he was grabbing his hands and pulling his hand away from keeping him from touching him with his fingers. And then Eraser pulled up when he actually got a hold of Endeavor, and that's when we found out that he couldn't do his quirk anymore.
And we also found out before Shigaraki even woke up that it takes these Nomu bodies time to wake up.
That's what I was saying. So, I mean, he couldn't because he already used that much power. And they mentioned the medicine. Was it the medicine that made him be able to do as much as he did with his decay shit when he did that hospital and shit?
That's his evolution. He was able to control it. It's not like something that he can't do. He can literally disintegrate.
What the fuck was the point of showing that medicine then?
Whatever he wanted to touch, he can just do it.
Yeah. What was the point of them showing the boosters then?
The boosters or the
boosters that was in the machine.
The red bullets?
Yeah.
Those weren't boosters. Those were the erasers, the quirk erasers. That's why he said Overhaul would be upset if he found out I never used these. Because those are the quirk erasers that Overhaul made. He had them copied and created over again.
I thought those are drugs that make quirks stronger.
Those are the eraser bullets.
That's weird. Okay.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like, I think Endeavor can hold off Shigaraki for a little bit with Shigaraki's quirk being utilized. I think that the moment Shigaraki gets a chance, it's donezo. That's why like somebody like that's why like Endeavor's son can't fight, right?
Shoto.
Shoto. Shoto can't fight someone like Shigaraki because as soon as he puts up an ice wall, you've made a free spot for me to get closer to you and get everything I need closer to you.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny how he just said, "I don't need you no more" to Bakugo. When Bakugo did his little, "What are you doing? Fireworks, bro? Chill out."
Yo, and I love the Shigaraki smile though. It's just the worst. It's actually kind of like fucked up.
Yeah, I like it, man. I love it so far. I just, when Midoriya came in though, I was legitimately like, oh shit. But like, what other option did they have? What fucking Eraser was gonna pull out that knife and do what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I feel like you're either gonna love the rest of this season or hate it.
Interesting.
But gut check.
Hopefully the rear guard can fucking stop the rest of the league from getting to Shigaraki, but we know that's not gonna happen. because our other heroes need something major to fight, and that's the only thing that's left major to fight.
They could all just die as soon as they pull up the Shigaraki.
That could happen too, but they won't do that quite yet. I do want to see the sleep medicine work on the Gigantamaco dude, or whatever the fuck, because I don't want him to be involved at all.
Why?
Because he's lame. He's just fucking lame. He's just big and destroys everything. Like, that's corny, bro. I like seeing heroes fight heroes, bro. I don't want to see no fucking giant come in and swat everybody like flies and shit. That's whack to me. I want to see heroes go against these villains, and I want to see them work. Put that motherfucker to sleep. Put him down. And then Dabi fight fucking Todoroki or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Uraka. I fucking hate her name. Uraka fight Toga. Yeah, like, I want to see that kind of shit. I don't give a fuck about no gigantomantic Maki Megazord or whatever the fuck.
Nah, I wanted to see Twice body bag everybody.
Twice was corny too. I'm glad they killed him off.
Twice is overpowered.
He was very lame. I don't like that overpowered shit in this kind of show, you know? I like the rules being the rules.
That's part of the rules, though. You can't decide what quirk is necessarily the best.
Yeah, you know, but like,
some of these things just happen. Like, Shoto was an accident. Like, it wasn't an accident. They made him on purpose, but it wasn't guaranteed. That's why they went through so many kids.
They fucked until they got it. That's crazy. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Monique and I about to go make the perfect baby. I'm just joking. Y'all ain't hear that. Polo, cut that out in post. You don't have to. I'm just playing.
Next, let's talk about Morning Married Couple. Literally the best fucking show this season, man. This might be the top 10 slice of life for me.
Really? And what makes you say that, brother?
I don't know. I was about to say even maybe top 5, but there's a lot of good shit in my top 5.
Yeah.
So,
my teen romantic comedy. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but that's only one spot. But I digress. Like, I don't know how to explain how impressed I am with this show. Hard to tell, but I
love Shiori.
Yes, bro. She's trying, but like, I understand where she's coming from. She's fucking this up herself, mostly. Mm-hmm. I just want to say that, because the shit she says is like, I'm saying this because I want us to be friends, but I want to be closer to you, but I also want to be more than friends, but I also don't want to ruin what we have so far, kind of shit, like we talked about last week. I think it's a lot of that, and it's so sad to see, because she's gonna fucking lose at this rate, because Watabe is fucking, she's on one.
And while I love Shiori, I love Akari.
Yeah, she's on it.
That's best girl.
Yeah, she's definitely killing it right now, which is, again, strange, because I fucking hate these gal girls, but she's so good, bro. She's such a good character. And
it's like, because that, yes, she's that Gyaro, that gal girl, but not, they're making her character go beyond that. She's not just the gal, you know, she's like Shiori and the gal. She's like very much so innocent, but she's putting on this front to, you know, be perceived different.
Yeah, to be popular, which is sad to see, but it's also very, I don't know, it's understanding for her particular situations, because she thought she likes this Tenji guy. She's, quickly forgot about it after he said he was down to be with Shiori forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, she kind of like let that shit go. Now she's like, I just want to be with Jiro. And during this episode, the reason why I got episode of the week for me was because I just want to be with Jiro was so fucking, it got me in my heart, because I'm like, oh fuck. She's like, well, at least for now, I'm going to support your love with Shiori, but at least for now, be my husband, or let me be your wife. That shit was so sweet that it got me into awe. Like, I'm like, I sat there and said, awe. A 31-year-old man. I'm like, oh.
And that's the part that also got me, that made me say, well, fuck it. This is a great fucking episode right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was like all the emotion tied in with that. And then, he's sleep on the whiskey chocolates that he didn't know about.
Yeah.
and she just had this moment to really kind of like say everything she actually felt.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I like her more than Shiori, because like
she's able to.
When she's put in the position to say something, she's far more likely to say it.
Mm-hmm. Well, not to him directly, obviously.
Yeah, but it's like we get it out of her, and it's in a manner in which like Shiori, she'll say it to other people, but we don't get that context to have her say it. And it could be because, you know, she's not, because yes, Jiro is the main character, so anyone that's in closer proximity to him is going to get more light. So Akari, obviously, she's constantly with him because they live together, so she gets that shine. But it's like they use that time appropriately, I guess.
Yeah. The problem also is that they mention this often, and Shiori has anxiety when it comes to dealing with dudes. The only person she can deal with it, talks the most naturally with, is Jiro. So for her to only have him to be able to do that with, for her to be closed off and trying her best to guard that and not ruin it, but still try to release or confess or convey her feelings towards him, is a tough fucking situation to be in, because you can't imagine how somebody likes that feel, who feels like she only has one guy that she can even possibly talk to. Okay. One guy that she can talk to, period. And now she's like, okay, I need to do this before Akari wins his heart. I need to do this. I need to do this. And she just can't do this because she don't want that to be ruined.
Now, speaking of exactly that, Mei-chan.
Oh, yeah.
Who clearly likes Shiori, clearly wants to be with her. Yep. Even had another girl confess to her, and Mei-chan was like, I can't. You find another better girl. Yep. It's not going to be me. Yep. But she definitely was like helping Shiori strictly for the fact that she liked her. Yeah, and I was like, I like Mei-chan. I like her.
Me too.
Just because you like that, but that also made me feel more like the dude Tenjin might be one of those dudes who like dudes.
That's what I was thinking too, man.
You might have been right, because I was telling Monique, we was just talking about that. We were just talking about
Monique watching this with you too.
Yeah, she watched it with me.
Oh, that's good.
But Tenjin, we were saying, like, I was like, Polo was saying that he think that he might be into guys, and I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be the first anime I watched with something like that, but it would set things in a different light for us as to like why it's harder for Akari to actually even get through to him.
Exactly, because
clearly everybody else want her. Well, I ain't gonna say clearly because they don't quite make that, but her character is portrayed as one that everyone pays attention to.
Of course. It's great, man. It's very, 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 very great. I just don't know. Like, it's so hard to watch this every fucking week, because I just like, I need it to be like a movie or something. I don't know what it is. I just need more of it.
Absolutely not a movie, Polo, because then it wouldn't be enough.
You're right. Valid. Touche.
All right, gut check.
Okay, good question. Gut check for me. I think Akari is gonna just finally tell him, like, look, I'm not gonna be in the way of your ability to be with Shiori, but for the time being, like she said this episode, for the time being, just can you be my husband and let me enjoy this? And then he's gonna be conflicted with who should I decide to go for. Now I know this is a little too soon to do this with, but I do think that's how it's going to be.
So I entirely disagree with that. Like every part of that. Only because, like, I feel like the writer gave that to us because Akari's never going to admit that. At least not this season. Maybe next season. Damn. Maybe even the season after.
Well, I don't think it's going to be any of that, because the manga is still going, and it's.
But right now, really. We getting the rent-a-girlfriend treatment.
You're right. You're right.
We getting a rent-a-girlfriend. It's not coming out. Not this season. right? And they're gonna be in that conflict where, you know what I would like to see, and this is what I'm gonna say. The school year is gonna end, and they gonna go on with their lives, and he ain't gonna be able to confess to neither one of them.
Oh, if it ends that way, I'm done.
What you gonna keep watching? I bet you gonna have to keep watching because you're gonna be like, all right, now he gotta actually choose a wife, and he ain't gonna be able to choose.
I need more, bro. I need more than that.
I need more of the show now. You talking about you need more than that? I need more.
That's a fact.
1-800 more now.
God, this show's so good. All right, next up,
Eminence in the Shadow.
Yes. So we finally got a little bit of look of another girl, which was, what was this one?
Gamma.
Yes, it was Gamma.
Yeah, because she's the smartest one.
Yep.
But has no coordination.
Yeah. So Gamma, she was also very adorable and sweet. We found out that she brought his ideas from the real world to this world, which was basically a department store. She built an entire department store. And it's a very successful department store, which is so fucking stupid because he feels the need to quote unquote steal one gold from it. Like it's not his money anyway. Like that's a part of the show that's for me again. And we talked about this last week. That's a part of the show for me that's just like, come on, like you gotta know.
Read the room.
Yes, bro. Please
read your room.
Read your room, exactly. Like you gotta know that this is all you, bro. Like this is everything that's going on. You don't have to hide. You have this gold is yours. You could take it as much as you want. You run this shit right now. So act like it, man. And that's the trope of this is kind of like getting to me a little bit.
And that's the only thing about this show for me that really brings it down, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't need 10 out of 10 animation every week, but I do think that it has some pretty decent animation when it does its thing. Mm-hmm. But like our main character is kind of an idiot to be so smart.
Yeah. Facts, man.
And his supporting cast is actually fucking great.
If we get more of them.
Yeah, but like the moments we get from them, like they're everything that I want. Every fucking thing. Even like the sister, the white hair sister, princess girl that he was talking to.
Alexa.
Come on, bro. I thought she was a great character for the short time that we had her.
Yes, I feel like we should have got more.
Right? Didn't they show? Or was that this episode? I feel like they showed us another girl in the previous episode.
The pink hair girl.
Did we really see her in this episode?
She was the smartest. He gave her the chocolate.
But I feel like that we didn't see her for much.
Yeah, we didn't see her for much, but he gave her the chocolate. She was talking to her dad about it. She's like, "Oh, well, this guy basically confessed to you. So what are you gonna do about it?" And now she's gonna be all conflicted with giving him his answer or some shit. Now she's gonna think it's more than what it actually was. So, from the look at the spoilers, I guess, from this banner, she joins his troop of shadow women.
Yeah, but I need the white haired chick.
Yeah, true.
At least make, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But yeah, I mean.
So do you think this, I know we didn't have much this episode. So let's just skip to the gut check. And I'm going to start this gut check off with a question for you. Do you think this show's trope is going to hold it back for 20 episodes for the rest of the? Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Fuck yes. And I hate to say it, Polo, but yes, it was cool for the first 3
years, or whenever when he first got to this world and he was younger and he made up that story. It was phenomenal. It was great. And then when they even when he fought the first big dude, it was cool.
Yeah, the night dude. But once you get to the story, like, all right, bro, fucking pay attention.
Yep.
recognize.
Yeah,
He's not doing that. And that's a problem. My gut check is this is a hard one to gut check because I feel like they didn't give us too much emphasis on what's happening next.
Anything else? We know that our Gamma's going to be tortured. No, not Gamma. The new girl that joins Gamma's troop is going to be torturing the Shadow Garden people or portraying to be the Shadow Garden people. So we're going to probably get that information out of him.
Well, hopefully, look, this might be the point that we need to switch from sub mob character to the main character time.
Undercover main character. Yes. I agree, man. I agree. Hope, because again, they kind of introduced that Shadow Garden imposter villainy arc, which is just the Diablo people or whatever again. But it looks like it's a group of strong people that are like excited to find out what they're going to learn from portraying themselves as a Shadow Garden. All in all, good episode. I just hope it fucking fixes itself. We shall find out.
Well, look, if Apple can autocorrect, so can an anime. All right, we just finished talking about Eminence and Shadow. You guys falling off, or you think it's gonna stay really good? Let us know. More Than a Married Couple. Need I say more? My Hero Academia season 6. Polo is on it, man. He really liking it, and I'm like too. That break. Let us know what you thought about that song that Polo curated for us. Also, let us know what you thought about recommendations and recommendation roulette. Polo chose some great recommendations for us this week too. Bleach Talk, you already know. Fire every single time. Twitter midterm rankings. Thank y'all for dropping in y'all rankings. A lot of B's. Chris, let us know what your actual ranking was because I think Polo said you gave it a C. Also, don't remember Ash is our champion again. We also gave our top 5 for the season currently with the midterm talk. Episode of the week was More Than a Married Couple, and that's been episode 178 of Mic Check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
I feel like my voice.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu.